to me, it just didn't seem to flow with the words.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time to add to the speaker number 3. I didn't have time to add to that, so because that made that one a little bit shorter. So
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
What I was just telling Amy and Noreen is I'm going to try to, after we do the recording, basically what we can do is just go through and each person read their slide or read their part. But I think after we go through and do that, when I'm doing the editing, I'm going to try and see if I can't overlay the PowerPoint presentation with either with the video into the PowerPoint or maybe just use the audio from the video to go with the PowerPoint.
okay.
So, but I'll mess with that and see what we come up with.
So do you So I guess the first speaker would be Noreen. She's not going to be, her face isn't going to be shown, and then my face isn't going to be shown. Then is that correct? Is that?
I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet. I'm not even sure how I'm going to be able to get the PowerPoint with. It says that I can use. I was looking at the resources, and it says that you can use Hangouts on Air to narrate a Google presentation. So I think I can import the PowerPoint in as a Google presentation, and I should be able to use at least the I think the audio narrative I should be able to use to go along with the PowerPoint. So we may just do that, and I'll try and come up with a couple of options, and then I'll get those back to you guys. And then once we figure that out, we'll whatever we decide on, we'll submit it. If you guys didn't notice, we're live now. I went ahead and started our broadcast, and I can edit when we get ready to actually go. But I wanted to make sure that it's doing whatever it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Wow, we're live, huh?
We're live.
We're live.
We're live. I'm not sure where we're live. I'm not sure where we're live to, but we're live somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, we're covering almost completely. We're halfway around the world anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, huh? Well, yeah. When I go to my Google Plus page, it shows that the deal is live. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that is cool. So we're going to do kind of 2 takes on the presentation.
Yeah.
And then do our reflection.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we should, let's just go through it, and we'll. I think probably what we can do is. Does everybody have the PowerPoint up?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm switching back and forth. Yep. So I have it.
So I think you can. I mean, you can pull it up, and we can read from it. And the Hangout on Air should just record the audio and video anyways, and we'll go through that, record it a couple of times, and then we can work on a reflection. I think, because I mean, the reflection basically they just want. Where are we? Let's see. The reflection. So it says once the video is finished. So I think we can still go through and do that, even though technically the video isn't finished. It says hold a team meeting to reflect on the process. Record your meeting using Google Hangouts on Air. The video should cover following topics: why the team chose the cause or charity. That was pretty simple. How each team member served as a team leader, and how the team members supported each other. So, yeah, I think we could, in theory, what's interesting about this Google Hangouts on Air is you can actually record up to 8 hours.
Really? 8 hours?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, I like you guys, but I'm not going to spend 8 hours with you.
No, and I don't think we need to. So, anyways, so why don't we try to trying to.
Should I add to my slide a little bit since my slide is a little shorter now?
Now, do we all have the way you changed it, Brent?
Yeah, the PowerPoint shows. I basically took the first sentence of Tim's, the third slide. That first sentence actually was the sentence that was from speaker number 3. That was the start of speaker number 3 on the script that Amy sent. And I
got it. Okay.
So it kind of just started out the speaker number 2 paragraph. But I didn't have time to add anything to my section. So now I'm a little bit short there. So I was going through.
I think that's fine. I don't think that matters. I think we're good.
I don't either.
Okay.
I think, why don't we, well, let's do this. I don't think that matters, but our opening slide, and which is awesome, you know, we could do like Brent on the first slide. Wounded, and he could just read the Wounded Warrior Project. And then the second slide is mine. You see what I'm saying? And then, so then I would take over with my slide, then you, Tim, then Brent, his slide as it is, and then Amy, right?
I like that.
Okay.
Brent has the announcer voice.
I'm sorry?
I said, Brent, you have the announcer voice.
I have the announcer voice.
Yes.
So I'm having difficulty with all of the wording on mine. I'm having trouble reading the whole thing. So give me half a second. What I'm doing is I'm pasting the notes from each one of the slides into a Word document real quick, and I'll just follow along in that because I can see that all on one screen.
I'm glad my new camera works.
Yeah, it works great.
Yeah, it does. It's awesome.
Well, Walmart special.
Really, because it really is working well.
Oh, Walmart.
It's been a crazy
I miss
couple of
Walmart.
days. We got slammed. We got slammed with snow here, and
Again?
I wasn't allowed to leave work until a lot of the stuff was cleaned up, and we had guys. It was just a mess. So,
Wow.
but I'm home now, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm ready whenever Brent, you want to take a little pause so we have a little dead space, and then
Let me take a drink of water.
yeah, perfect.
Now, just should I present it? Should I present it or should I just say Wounded Warrior Project, or should I?
Yeah, I would. When you go ahead, you would start, and you can do basically just read Wounded Warrior Project for that first slide, and then I would say probably on each one of the parts. So you could say Wounded Warrior Project for that first slide, and then have Noreen wait about 2 or 3 seconds, and then she can go through and read hers. And then I'll give her 2 or 3 seconds after she finishes her part, and I'll go into mine. And then as soon as I'm done, then Brent, then you go in on that fourth slide, do your piece, and
Okay.
then Amy, just give him 2 or 3 second pause in between, and then go into yours.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, so we ready?
Yep.
Wounded Warrior Project.
The mission of the Wounded Warriors Project is to honor and empower wounded warriors. It is the hand extended to encourage warriors as they adjust to their new normal and achieve new triumphs. Offering a variety of programs and services, the Wounded Warriors Project is equipped to serve warriors with every type of injury. from the physical to the invisible wounds of war.
The advancements in the battlefield medicine and body armor have created an unprecedented percentage of service members that survive severe wounds and injuries compared to previous wars. We serve veterans and service members who incurred a physical or mental injury, illness, or wound during their military service on or after September 11, 2001. On this infamous day, America watched in horror as 2,996 people died. Many warriors felt a sense of duty and volunteered for the military following these tragic events.
We work with warriors through adaptive sports, health, nutrition, and recreational activities to achieve independence and pursue an excellent quality of life. A key part of our program is support and education for warriors, as well as their family members and caregivers.
As the wife of a wounded warrior who had his ankle shattered by an IED in Iraq and still suffers PTSD, I can attest that some of the worst wounds are the ones that you cannot see. These heroes suffer in silence and have historically been ignored. The Wounded Warrior Project provides long-term support and camaraderie through the alumni program, using communication, events, and networking. Our warriors paid their dues on the battlefield, so there are none here. Please help us support these heroes as they return home from the battlefield.
Awesome.
Wow.
And that's why I wanted to do 2 takes, because I totally screwed my part up. But I can edit it, and it'll be nice to be able to plug another one in there.
I don't think you totally screwed it up.
No, I don't either. I think one word you stumbled on, that was it, Tim. So
yeah.
that's not.
It's funny, when I first started, on my first project where I had to do the mock interview, and I was trying to record it.
That
That was rough. I went through and I recorded that thing probably 5 or 6 times, and I finally gave up. I went over to my friend's house and I said, "Here, interview me." And so I actually had him interview me, and then I just recorded it. It worked so much easier. But when you're trying to interview yourself, it's rough.
Yeah, I had a tough time with that. I said and us like.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go through. We'll do one more read through on that, and then I think that'll probably give us enough as far as what I need to be able to edit. Unless you guys have a problem with it, I think what I should be able to do is probably just overlay the audio over the presentation. The project, from what I can see, does not say where. It just says we have to create a video. It doesn't say that it has to be a video of us.
No.
And I think,
Yeah.
Noreen, did you say that you knew somebody else that's what they did anyways?
That's exactly what they did. You didn't
Okay.
see anybody. You just heard their voices when they were reading their slides. That's exactly what they did. Yep.
Okay. So we'll do that. I think I should be able to overlay the audio over the PowerPoint, and we'll do that. So anyways, let's go through. We'll do it one more time, and then once we get through with that, then we can do the reflection piece of it, which that shouldn't be difficult at all.
Yeah.
Right, because it's just us talking about it, right, and reflecting on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Wounded Warrior Project.
The mission of the Wounded Warriors Project is to honor and empower wounded warriors. It is the hand extended to encourage warriors as they adjust to their new normal and achieve new triumphs. Offering a variety of programs and services, the Wounded Warriors Project is equipped to serve warriors with every type of injury, physical to the invisible wounds of war.
The advancements in battlefield medicine and body armor have created an unprecedented percentage of service members that survive severe wounds and injuries compared to previous wars. We serve veterans and service members who incurred a physical or mental injury, illness, or wound during their military service on or after September 11, 2001. On this infamous day, America watched in horror as 2,996 people died. Many warriors felt a sense of duty and volunteered for the military following these tragic events.
We work with warriors through adaptive sports, health, nutrition, and recreational activities to achieve independence and pursue an excellent quality of life. A key part of our program is support and education for warriors as well as their family members and caregivers.
As the wife of a wounded warrior who had his ankle shattered by an IED in Iraq and still suffers PTSD, I can attest that some of the worst wounds are the ones that you cannot see. These heroes suffer in silence and have historically been ignored. The Wounded Warrior Project provides long-term support and camaraderie through the alumni program using communication, events, and networking. Our warriors paid their dues on the battlefield, so there are none here. Please help us support these heroes as they return home from the battlefield.
Perfect. I like it.
Well, we're good.
Yay!
Yep, I think that sounded great.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
Thank you
now
so much, Amy,
we
for sharing
can.
that with us.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. So now we should be able to, we'll start our reflection meeting.
What does that entail? What do we have
We want to go, basically we want to cover why the team chose the cause or charity, how each team member served as a team leader, and how the team members supported each other. That's the three things that we need to cover on the reflection meeting. So, I mean, I think, you know, the first one about why the team chose the cause or charity, we had several reasons. A, we looked at it as being a charity that managed their finances and managed their finances efficiently, and their CEO had a low, relatively low salary compared to what a lot of charities have, and that it was also a charity that I think all of us had personal exposure and personal influences on.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked with the program before in the past. So I did some we did some Wounded Warrior hunts at our job, at my job. So
yeah. So you worked on it. Obviously, Amy's exposure is pretty personal. And Noreen, I think you said that. What was your? I can't remember. You said something about.
I had a couple of reasons. One was I, from a personal perspective, felt like, you know, our military, when they come home, is kind of ignored, and they don't get the support they need. And they've all put their life on their line for not only the country but us. And the second reason is my significant other is retired military, and he served in 5 wars. And he was fortunate to come home unscathed from all 5.
Wow.
Yeah, and my brother-in-law actually was deployed to Iraq for, I think it was 8 months, and he was on an MRAP behind one that hit an IED, so he has a traumatic brain injury.
Oh, goodness.
So we've had to deal with that. So I think we all had personal reasons, and the suggestion to use the Wounded Warriors Project. I think it was something that appealed to all of us personally. So
Yeah.
I think that was kind of a no-brainer.
It was a pretty easy decision. It was pretty collective, easy decision there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the next area is how each team member served as a team leader. So I helped out. I helped out with coordination and planning. Noreen did the researching.
Right.
Yes, she did.
Amy did scripting and writing.
Yes.
Brent did acting and directing. And
Yep.
then I followed up with technical production. So I think we had good participation by all of the team members.
Yeah, and it was really cool kind of how each one led to the next. So, Noreen, you coordinated, which allowed us to then, Noreen, to do the research, which allowed me to write the script, which, Brent polished for us and then put together this, and then you're going to, it kind of made a chain, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I think that touches perfectly on the other section, the other topic, which is how the team members supported each other. In addition to that, we, as one piece was done, so Noreen, once you did the research, you sent that out to all of us, and so everybody had a chance to review that, and then Amy, when you did the scripting and screenwriting, you sent that out to all of us. And then Brent, when you worked on kind of segued in with Amy's screenwriting, then you did the PowerPoint presentation, and now we're just leading right into the video part of it. We did that, and then now we're doing our reflection. So I think
Yeah, we had great communication between us. I mean, it flowed very well. Really flowed well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I think obviously coming back from just coming back off of that last on top of Mount Rubric project that we all did together, I think it just worked out well for us to jump into this one too.
And it did, and I have to say, this team has been awesome, because one thing did lead to the other, but we were all very cognizant of not wanting to delay the other person's portion,
Yes.
So it was, I thought about, I really need to get this out so the group can look at it, and, if we need to make changes so it doesn't throw Amy behind. I mean, because it was all, in my opinion, we were a well-oiled machine, and we supported each other by being positive, and we encouraged, each other and gave positive feedback. So it was an awesome experience for me. And the other thing that came out of it is you guys now jumped ahead, are getting your other team project going. And yeah, it's only 3 team members, but fortunately, I'm already on a team. So
you're our leading consultant in that.
That's right. I'm your consultant.
That was the worst part for me.
Yes.
Is when my learning coach told me that it required a different number of team members, and I pulled it up and looked at it, and I saw 3. My heart just fell out. I just thought, oh no. And then when Noreen, when you responded and said you were already part of a group, it was like, I hate that we don't have Noreen on the group, but it's not like we had to make a decision on who to vote off the island.
Right, vote off the island.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been the hardest thing that we would have had to do in this whole project that we've done together.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a true definition of a team. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too, I think from the very beginning we had a real clear timeline as far as I think we were all real cooperative as far as when we wanted to meet next, and what pieces we needed to get put together by the time that we did our recording, and everything just worked like clockwork.
Yeah.
It did.
Well, and
We only made
I
Amy
think
get
it's
up in
cool.
the middle of the night one time.
Yeah, you only made me. I'm
Well,
used
and
to
that's the other thing. I
But-
know we touched on that for our other project, but when we were talking about conflicts, really for us the only conflicts we've ever had has been time zone conflicts, and stuff like that. But I think that I was talking to my manager, and I was talking to a friend of mine about this whole project, actually the whole team project idea, and the fact that we've got 2 people on the East Coast, me on the West Coast, and then Amy out in the Middle East, and yet we've been able to make the whole process work together where I think it actually works real well for all of us.
I think it motivates me. It motivates me to make sure that I have my piece of the puzzle completed to hold everybody else up. And so it's helped me.
Absolutely.
The interesting part
and too, I think it's really cool because it's, I feel like we've kind of made friends, and so we have, help and support going forward through our, degree plans. And, Noreen already reached out and gave me some help when I was struggling on a different project. So I think that's just great.
Well, the other piece of it, we were talking about this a little bit earlier before we started doing the actual recording, but after seeing the pace that Noreen is on, it's actually motivated me to get back in and start actually working a little bit more diligently on trying to finish my associates, I think, in a little bit faster time. When I originally started, I told my learning coach that I said, I don't know if it's an attainable or a realistic goal, but I said I'd like to finish in under a year, and now I've seen, Noreen will easily finish in under a year, and I've got, there's a contact that I made on LinkedIn that she started in October when I did, and I think she just finished her associates. So, I mean, it's definitely attainable.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about halfway there. We just started into a new term, so.
Good deal.
Yep.
I think what the best thing I got out of it is I feel like we've all become friends, and no matter where we're at in the program, I know I'm here to support you guys, and because I've gone through, I'm ahead. So if you need help, all you got to do is, ask me, and I will help you if you get stuck. I mean, I felt so bad for Amy when she got stuck on that one because I was stuck on it too, and I struggled, but I finally worked through it. So it makes me feel good that I could help Amy through.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. I think that's. I like the program in that you can do things on your own time, and I actually, before I got onto the whole project for Mount Rubric, I was kind of delaying, not getting involved. I was a little reluctant to get involved with a team just because I didn't know quite how it was going to work. But now once we get through with this next one, it'll be kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant on starting my team projects because I had them open before the holidays, before the end of the year, and I said, well, no, I'm going to wait to get the holidays through, and so I kind of was holding on to that team project for quite a while. So.
Yeah.
I was reluctant as well.
Here's what I think we should do. I think when this is over, I think we should do a once-a-month meeting just because we want to, and we can talk about the projects we're on.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, that's a fabulous idea.
I like that.
And that way we
love it.
Contact and we can help each other where you're at, and get ideas and bounce ideas off each other.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Be our own little support group.
Exactly.
Yes. That's awesome.
Okay, well, I'm going to, I think, fingers crossed that everything recorded. I know it's broadcasting,
Okay.
so my assumption is that it recorded. So I'm going to check on it and see if I can start getting stuff edited. And if there's any problems, I will let you guys know. But I think we're should be good to go. So what I'll do is I will work on the editing part. I'll have for sure at least one finished product, maybe even a couple of different versions, depending on how it goes, and I'll send it out to you guys, and then you guys sound off, let me know, and we'll get it submitted. I'd like to get it submitted tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be right on target for our completion date. So.
Right.
So.
That sounds good.
All right. Well, you guys on the East Coast have a good evening, and I guess Amy, you're starting your day out, huh?
Yeah, the sun is up now.
Wow.
Okay, Amy, have a good Saturday.
I will. Thank you so much.
Talk to you guys later.
You guys, thank you
Bye-bye.
all.